right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform where they giving a back-to-back updates on how things they be, on how things is shele for Biafra land and beyond. Yes, my people, the latest one. This is something that has shown great progress with everything that has been done. In the midst of problems, in the midst of everything that has been going on at the moment, people have come out and have said so many things concerning the situation that that we found ourselves without knowing that we have actually gone further than usual. Yes, what you would see on your screen right now is an article that has been written by I'll repeat, a well-known author and from well-known authors, and it is talking about, of course, as you can see, Biafra declares independence, a renewed hope, a renewed quest for freedom. And of course, you can see what it reads on November 29, 2024. The United States of Biafra once again declared their independence from Nigeria. The move comes from 57 years after the long persecuted and overwhelmingly Christian region first asserted their independence, and so on and so forth. But people, it is one of the biggest things that has ever happened, and this particular article that has been written by this well-known set of people is an example. It's a very uplifting sign that lets us come to understand that we have not come to play. It is something that makes us understand the fact that everything that we've been fighting for has not ended up to be a joke, because the situation of things where we found ourselves, especially with the fact that we've been having recent issues within ourselves, within the body of Biafra, within ourselves, and which has brought so many rumors and so many talk concerning how we have not still progressed from where we are is a blatant lie. You see, and where many people are seeming or come around to talk about how we have not moved and how causing COS has, and so many other things have been happening. People, we have actually taken a big leap, and it is something that is worth every single thing. Even as we still go through a whole lot at this moment, it does not mean we have not gone as far as possible to make sure that we are on another level. My people, I want you to take a good look at this particular article. You can go and check it out yourself. It's because it's on every app, it's on everywhere. You can go and check it by this Michael Robin, and it is not something that it's a joke. It is on every platform. It is on Facebook, on their Twitter, and on their LinkedIn. We are not on the level of we are not here for jokes. Everything we've ever been doing, everything we've ever put our head into has always been for the reason for us to actually move forward. And while hearing that some people would come out and say so many things about how, or talk about how we wasted our time or wasted our effort and energy concerning the Finland Convention, it's one of the most deadliest things you would ever hear, and that things you would ever hear, because of course you should come to understand that these people are people that are just only concerned for themselves. It is the biggest, one of the biggest things. You see, this particular convention that we have done is something that is unbeatable. It is not a mistake. We have not wasted our time. This particular broadcast is to remind us that everything is being done exactly as it should. Yes, and it is big progress, and whether you like it or not, we are going to get there. Whether you think we are not progressing, whether you think that everything we've been doing is not as successful as you think it should be, what you think does not matter. The most important thing is that the moves that are being made are being recognized worldwide. worldwide. And if we are getting worldwide recognition, then what else? What else? It means one way or another we are getting a worldwide attention. And when the time comes for things to actually solve, e go sup my people. All this gara gara no before play, e go soon sup my people. And that's the truth of the matter. The next thing you would be hearing would be deep issues concerning how we can actually move forward, and the surrounding issues and the surrounding things concerning everything that has been going on. Yes, thank you.
Let me know, is it clear on your screen? If it's clear, let me know in the comment section. I am not here to side anybody. Anything we see on the charter is what we are going to follow. Any other thing outside the charter is a treasonable offense. Anything that you do outside the Constitution is a treasonable offense, and you will be answerable to it. You will go to jail for it. If you do anything that is outside the Constitution, as a matter of fact, this very charter is our Constitution until the constitutional constitution is produced to Biafrans for us to follow. For now, this charter is our Constitution. Anything you do outside this very charter is a treasonable offense, and you will be answerable to it. It is very pure as ABC. So those of you asking me, where is your stand, blah, blah, blah. When you want to confuse a black man, put that word in a book, because it is, with all his education, go to Cambridge, come back. We don't have time to read. We do not have time to read in order to understand what, even when we are managing to read it, when we manage to read it, our mind is not there because our mind is on our business and our money. Now, pay attention. I will explain all these things. I will explain them to you. This is Biafra Charter, definition of charter, number 2. This document, the Biafra Charter, the charter, is the organic and foundation and foundational agreement for the establishment of a national structure. This charter is what brought all Biafrans, including the finance minister, including the chief of staff, including all of them that gathered in Finland in October 2023 to declare this charter. This is the main thing that brought all of them to Finland, and this charter is what gave birth to the redeclaration of Biafra 2024 that just happened a couple of days ago. So pay attention. Don't be confused. Do not allow any individual to come on social media to lay a baseless allegation against anyone without any proof to confuse you. We have gone beyond explanatory exposition. We have gone beyond explanatory exposition. When people will come and face the camera on Facebook or whatever and start telling you, without showing you any tangible reason or evidence, a substantial evidence of what they are saying, I call them rabble rousers and gossipers. I don't belong to that very, category. I don't belong to that category, not Biafra Unite, not me or the Nangwa. Now, let's take this. Your eyes will open this evening because I know what I'm doing now. Many of you, 95% of you watching this very broadcast now have never thought of it, have never come here, have never reasoned this, have never even read this very charter. This is our law. This is our law. Pay attention. This document, the Biafra Charter, the charter, is the organic and foundational agreement for the establishment of a national structure, governance structure, governing authority, and basic code of conduct for the functionaries and peoples of Biafra. For the functionaries and peoples of Biafra. The Biafra Charter is a formal instrument which at once constitutes, pay attention, authority, number 1, number 2, mandate, number 3, contract, Number 4, memorandum. Number 5, terms of reference. And number 6, reference. And it went on to say, for the matters which are addressed or referenced by the charter, and in accord with such matters addressed or referenced therein, granted by the nation of Biafra through the collectivity of the representatives of the communities and peoples of Biafra to the functionaries and for the functions stated in the charter. Then, purpose of charter, the purpose of this very charter, pay attention, my wonderful people of Biafra. Number 1, the primary purpose of the charter is to establish an enduring national structure. The primary purpose of this very charter is to establish an enduring national structure. Enduring national structure. Enduring national, to establish an enduring national structure. I want you to outline it. Outline that. Very, very important. Now, governance structure and basic code of conduct for the people and the functionaries as directed by the peoples of Biafra, which contribute to and inform a future national constitution. And it says, which contribute to and inform a future national constitution. Are you paying attention, my wonderful people of Biafra? This is very, very important. And now let's move to another page. The importance of what I'm doing now, the importance of what I'm doing now is to show you who is wrong or who is right and where you are supposed to stand. Are you paying attention? And who has come to destroy what we are doing? Who has come to destroy our freedom? We are talking about who, what I'm doing. I'm not here to explain to you about any human being. What I'm doing now will show you who has come to destroy our freedom. Now listen. Second, in addition, the charter has provided the platform for the formation of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, and Biafra de facto government, BDFG, to serve the nation and people of Biafra during the period that Biafra is under the occupation of Nigeria. Are you paying attention? Can I translate here in Igbo? Do you want me to be translating it in Igbo when I read? But remember, we haven't even gotten to the main point. Listen and pay attention. Organization of charter. This document is sectionalized into A, Biafra Charter Authorization; B, the federal structure of Biafra; C, the charter constituting the government of the Federation of Biafra; the charter constituting the government of the Federation of Biafra; D, the declaration of 9 basic laws; and E, amendments. E is amendment. Now, listen. Biafra Charter Authorization. Biafra Charter Authorization. Whereas the peoples and nation of Biafra and their land and property find themselves under physical, sociological, political, economic, and physiological subjugation since the 1914 amalgamation of the Southern and Northern Protectorates, and has continued under different political dispensations by the state of Nigeria. In particular, since 1970, a state of occupation by Nigeria of Biafra has existed and continues to exist with indiscriminate indiscriminate killings of Biafra people, forceful disappearance of Biafra people, unlawful invasion, destruction of properties, homes and businesses, government-sponsored invasion of indigenous communities, and being aided by the military, police, and other security agencies with the main objectives of ethnic cleansing, land grabbing, and Islamization. Now, unwilling to continue to live under such stifling servitude while suffering such indignities as are inappropriate for human beings, Biafrans are determined to exercise their natural and legal rights to freedom and liberty. Listen and listen very good, because I'm coming to your doorsteps. It says, now, therefore, we the peoples of the Federation of Biafra have resolved. We have gotten there now. Listen. Have resolved to actualize, renew, reaffirm, and continue in accordance and pursuant to the May 30, 1967 Biafra Independence Declaration with all the implications thereof. In reaffirming the independence of Biafra, the peoples and nation of Biafra make neither war nor peace with the state or peoples of Nigeria. Rather, we exercise a natural right, a popular right, a political right, and a right supported by the United Nations Organization Charter and international laws. The right of self-determination, right to self-defense, and right to self-governance. In the certain realization that only the effective exercise of self-determination by the peoples and nation of Biafra will end the state of occupation and subjugation by Nigeria of Biafra. In furtherance of this exercise, the Biafra Charter, a formal framework of the people and nation of Biafra, lends authority to and issues a mandate for the creation and formation of Biafra de facto government, BDFG. Listen, my people. With this, you will learn this very evening. Mandate of BDFG, mandate of Biafra de facto government. To create, form, operate, and manage a de facto government for and by the peoples and nation of Biafra, such government, such government to function in the meantime, as a bona fide government of Biafra in the manner of legal, customary, and decent governments. To secure the freedom and liberty of Biafra in its peoples from occupation by Nigeria, based on self-determination, paradigm, and principles with all haste and by all means necessary. To represent the sovereignty and interests of Biafra and its people in the region and in the world at large. To project the sovereignty, independence, and humanity of Biafra and its people at all times. Now, pay attention. We have gotten now to the main case that we are treating today. If I treat it today, what we are treating today is where we are now. We have entered there, and I want every one of you to pay attention. I will show you where to go so that if you want to go and read for yourself, you will go there to the page where I'm reading now in order to read for yourself and confirm it for yourself. Now listen. To constitute a transitional government of Biafra, which is known as TGB, Transitional Government of Biafra. Remember, I played you our PM's, conversation, which he talked about how the transitional government of Biafra. Now he said, this very charter, the Biafran charter said, to constitute a transitional government of Biafra, TGB, immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. Again, Ogene. Now, to constitute a transitional government of Biafra known as TGB immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria for a specified and finite duration not to exceed 4 years. My people, I want you to reason today. If today happens to be the only day you can reason, please utilize today to reason, because what Nigeria has come to do is to destroy us completely. After the arrest of our prime minister, Nigeria came to destroy us within. So I want you to reason. Follow this very, lecture very, very well. I want you to leave every other thing you are doing and focus, because I may not be able to do this again. I am not here for saga, so I may not be able to do this again. This may be only one time that I'll have time to do this. Pay attention, my wonderful people of Biafra. Now, let's take that again. To constitute a transitional government of Biafra, which PM had already said based on the conversation that I played for you before coming here, before coming to the Biafra Charter, from PM direct. To constitute a transitional government of Biafra known as TGB immediately after liberation of Biafra. Immediately after liberation of Biafra, not immediately after declaration in Finland. We are still in exile. In case you don't know, don't let anybody confuse you. We are still in exile. And I don't want to talk first. Let me finish reading, then I'll talk. Now, immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria for a specified and infinite duration not to exceed 4 years. Pending the formalization of Biafra state structures, post-occupation and post-liberation. Onana nuku oyibo ono cholo kana translate ya n'Igbo. Omu bani, omu Biafra, the Biafran people. Do you people do you people understand it? Do you people understand it, or you want me to translate it in Igbo language? Let me take that again. It says, immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria for a specified and infinite duration not to exceed 4 years, pending the formalization of Biafra state. Listen, the formalization of Biafran state structures, post-occupation and post-liberation. Everything, before we even talk about anything, we are going to first of all liberate ourselves from Nigeria, and this transitional government is post-occupation and post-liberation, post-occupation of Nigeria in Biafra territory and post-liberation after we must have, evicted Nigeria from Biafra and liberate ourselves from Nigeria. Then we begin to talk about transitional government. We haven't even come to BRGIE. We haven't come to, I want you to follow. Borrow ear this evening. Borrow ear this evening. I know the reason I said that. Not for insult. I know the reason I said that. Now, to secure Biafra people and its territory, the Biafra Republic government in exile has formed and deployed the Biafra Liberation Army, BLA, Biafra Resistance Fighters, BRF, and Biafra Air Force, Biafra Navy, the Black Marines, and the Dragon Fighters Marine. Structures of BDFG. The Biafra de facto government shall consist of 2 arms. Now, Ugo Ebelugonambawu, and I want everybody to listen. Ugo Ebelugonambawu. Now, the functions of BDFG, Biafra de facto government in the homeland. Now, the Biafra de facto government shall consist of 2 arms. A Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE, which is number 1, based outside of Biafra. Remember, the Biafra government consists 2 arms. Number 1 is BRGIE, which is based outside of Biafra. And number two, a Biafra government within Biafra, to be known as Biafra Republic Government in the homeland, known as BRGH. Biafra Republic Government in the homeland. Now, both arms shall function in tight coordination and in harmony with the BRGIA in the apex role. The BRGIA will be in the apex role, which is Biafra Republic Government in exile, will be in the apex role, because every decision and things we will be doing will come from BRGIA down to de facto in the homeland. Right? Now let's continue. Functions of BDFG. The sole function of Biafra Republic Government in exile and Biafra de facto government is to carry out the mandate of the Biafra de facto government as stated in the Biafra Charter Authorization. BLGIE shall respect laws of host communities in furtherance of this mandate. BLGIE shall respect international laws dealing with self-determination and protection of human rights and rely in particular on the Geneva Conventions Protocol 2. BDFG, Biafra de facto government in homeland will work with our peoples at home. Will work with our peoples at home in Biafra territory and in Nigeria
has remained adamant that he probably is not going to allow this. He said the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. That clearly indicates that he's not going to relent in his push to silence any voice of dissenting as far as that position is concerned. So which way forward to heal the divide between or amongst the Nigerians, especially on Biafra crisis?
I think the best thing is to ask them what they want. I remember one time Professor Wole Soyinka said, if we can continue fighting Biafrans for such a long time, it's not long before we go to war, which is actually happening right now. Why don't we ask them what they want? And for sure they have voiced